Welcome everyone I'm Sara Wiseman, and today we're with Jeannie Erickson, who's one of our visionary psychics. We're going to talk with her a little bit about today about her work and sort of what she likes to work with. Welcome, Jeannie. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming.
Sarah.
Thank you. So you, we've known each other for a while now, and you have just like this amazing ability to kind of hone in on the most important thing. And I just wonder if you could just tell us a little bit about how things come to you, or what your main ways of receiving are like, or how that process shows up for you.
So for me, I've always been empathic, and I think one of the hardest clairs is claircognizance, which is just knowing. And so I that's how I just know. And so when you just know and other people don't know, it's kind of
Right.
it's
Yeah.
questionable. But anyway, it always pans out. So that's my thing. Yeah, is just a knowing, and it just pops in. And I think I've used it my whole life, and so it just is now.
Hmm. Hmm. Are there times when you, like, sometimes we know for other people, but then for ourselves, it's harder to follow? Or how does it seem like pretty easy for you to just have this claircognizance for others, like it just boom, I got it, like, yeah.
Especially so, yeah, for me, it's I question myself for myself all the time.
Hmm.
I do use cards too, and that's
Hmm.
more tangible for me. So I can back off and remove myself from my own, oh, that might not be right, for myself. But for other people, and especially people I don't know, man, it comes really quick and easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what usually comes for you, like what's happening in their life, what, or does it, do you have more like connection with mediumship, or how does it, how's
So
the,
for me, it just comes in like pictures. So if I get a name or a or I see the person or whatever, and I tune into that, it's almost like medium. I guess it would be mediumship for the living, right?
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
would
okay.
be what it is. It's just like I can tune into that person, whatever that person needs, or whatever that person, you know, maybe
Hmm.
doesn't even expect to hear.
Right. How do you deal with a person that, because I'm similar to you, like see it, or you don't even have to see it. Sometimes you just get their name and you just know it. And then sometimes there's, um, I guess we could call it like this level of resistance, or people are like, especially family members, like, don't tell me that. How do you get, say it's not a family member, it's a person. What do you do when the knowing is so strong, and then they're kind of like not not catching on to the knowing? How do you ease through that, or what's your style?
Um, Generally, I'll try to make it as light as I can. However, if they're still not getting it, I may um, pull a card or do a
Mm-hmm.
pendulum, or I'll go to some other thing to help pull it out, because spirit will always have a better way of saying it than myself, obviously. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just the truth of the matter. um and sometimes my words aren't or what I'm seeing may not be clear enough to them, so if I can get it as clear as possible, you know.
Right. Right. So you get it as clear as possible, and then if it's still not, like, you know it's correct, but it's not sticking in, you'll move to another tool that might kind of open
Right,
for
correct.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have you noticed that people, like, I notice when like, often people do the reading, they'll sort of take it in like, oh, interesting, but not maybe take it that seriously, and then like in their lives, like all these events will happen. And then they're like, okay, yes, you were correct. Or have you
Exactly.
noticed anecdotes like that? Like, is there anything that comes to mind, like anything that happened to anyone? Yeah.
Um, I can use my husband for this, but I I wouldn't want, I don't know if I would want to live with me or not.
Yeah, yeah,
You
living with
know,
a
so
psychic, yeah.
but that's, yeah, because there's no secrets really
Right,
ever.
right, right.
I, I know how he's feeling, even if he's like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah,
No, you're
yeah.
not. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of people that well, I have a couple people that are like, they want to come back every week, and they'll listen, but then they don't want to incorporate anything
Hmm.
into what I'm saying. Not that I'm telling them how to do anything, they're telling themselves how to do
Right,
it.
right,
But it's, I can't live your life for you. You have free will.
right.
So, I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, sometimes people just come because they're getting their nerve up to make the change, but they're not quite ready yet, or they haven't
right,
quite
right.
made that decision. Um, you work with animals a lot, and so it feels like animal communication is a huge part of maybe not what you're specializing in, but it's a part of who you are and what's really easy for you. What does that feel like?
It's so the animals have taught me how to be this way even more.
Hmm.
Um, I can't necessarily tune into your animal and tell you where your lost pet is. I may be able to, but I had a reading the other day on a little dog. He came in, and it's a client of mine, and I don't normally work on this particular dog that he had, but she's an old girl, and she had some health stuff going on, and the vet said one thing, but she's telling me completely something else, in her
Hmm.
body. And that's it, is like, I just kind of scan the body. I can scan your body too, and like sometimes pick out where you having pain or whatever like that.
Hmm.
But for the dogs, it's really easy for me, and it's all day, every day.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I, yeah. So
Is it more, dogs, especially like if someone were going to come and they wanted animal communication, what are your animals that are the easiest for you to read?
dogs, yeah,
Okay.
for
Yeah.
dogs. I have cats too, but they're
They
they
have a
run
different
us. They
perspective.
run
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. They have a different perspective for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
When it's as we look at like all of this change that's like at the time that we're recording this, we're, a couple of years out of COVID and um what do you think like the dog's wisdom is about why what humans are supposed to be doing or like what do the dogs see that is useful to us as humans that we're not that humans aren't getting?
Dogs are so much smarter than we are.
Hmm. Hmm.
They don't use language to mess everything up.
Yeah.
Um, e- everything, everything has a frequency, and they, if you look at dogs in their particular home, um, they pick up they're empaths.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they pick up everybody's energy, and um, they would just say chill, I think. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, let it, raise your vibration. Don't think about it so much. Don't talk about all this stuff. Turn off the TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would tell us to go outside. Let's go for a walk in the woods. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really, and realistically, that's really what we all need to be doing, because
Yeah. Yeah, just like being aware of this, all the beauty that's here and focusing on that rather
right,
than all our distractions. And
correct. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm always like I'm just the dog magnet of like every dog comes to see me and I'm like, I don't know, I can't. I mean, we don't have a dog at the moment, but yeah, they're just like who because they know who's awake or who's not awake, or they can
Yep,
tell
they
everything.
absolutely do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I guess, and then if you were to add one more last thought that comes to mind, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter what it is. What last thing would you like to add?
Get your frequency as high as you can get it, as
Mhm.
happy as you can get it. Stay in joy as much as you can. Don't worry about the small stuff. It's all going to play out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. Okay, well, thank you, Jeannie. And underneath this video, there's going to be all the contact information to make an appointment with Jeannie. And thank you for your time. It's great to
Thank
chat
you,
with you today.
Sarah.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.